Yesterday was a very important day for India geopolitically. The reason here was a very brief meeting with the President of United Arab Emirates, and this meeting lasted only for 3 hours. Now imagine when the whole region where UAE lies is going through immense conflict. We have Israel-Iran, the Iran protest, US warning Iran to enter, the Saudi Arabia-UAE conflict, Yemen is raging and whatnot. Amidst all of this, President of UAE decided to come to India, have a 3-hour meeting and go back. So when we see such immensely important meetings for such short term, it's not that they were ceremonial. They were inconsequentially so important that they had to be done right away. And this meeting of President of UAE could have been with any other country apart from their region. It could have been with Russia, it could have been with China, it could have been with Japan, but it was not. It was with India. And that is what marks this day very important for India. The fact that UAE in the ongoing global chaos, the chaos in Middle East, UAE knows that India is going to be their strategic firewall. India is going to be the partner that they can rely on, and they are looking towards a long-term future with India. And that is why this meeting holds great significance. Hello everyone, welcome to Vajram and Ravi's Flash News. My name is Shubhangi Singh, and today we are going to get into the details that why India's position with UAE is very important for United Arab Emirates, why India holds such an important position, and what this tells about India's position across the globe, especially in the time where every country is trying to find some footing, find some understanding, where the world seems absolutely disrupted. So in this context, we will also try to understand that what kind of unique position India holds, what kind of a key role India can play, not just in South-South cooperation, but also leading the globe and being an external yet important player in West Asia. So let us start with understanding that why we are placing so much importance for this visit by UAE President to India, which lasted only 3 hours. There were discussions about energy, there were discussions about trade, defense and whatnot. But this highlighted, this whole meeting, just 3-hour meeting, highlighted that UAE, amidst all the things that are going across in West Asia, what is going across West Asia? Let us try to understand that first. As of now, West Asia's whole landscape is churning. There is simultaneous instability which is occurring across the region. For example, when we are talking about Donald Trump, that is US is threatening that Iran will be attacked. We don't know what might happen, what might not. Iran's regime is intact, the protests are still ongoing. On another front, we also get to see that there is no finality over it, but at the same time, we are seeing that Israel is eager to attack Iran, and if US starts the strike, Israel is already in there. The Israel-Iran conflict has not died down and it does not seem dying at all. We also get to see the Gaza war that had happened. It is not dying out. We already keep seeing that Israel is still demolishing Gaza. The peace plan that we were talking about that was brought in by US does not seem materializing the way it was pitched. So the conflict remains here as well. And then we get to see that Saudi and UAE are standing in front of each other in confrontation over what is happening in Yemen. So if you look at this point of now, all the major players we have talked about, because when I say US, I am already taking their allies in count. I am taking Oman, I am taking Qatar, I am talking about Saudi. Israel is in the conflict, Iran is in conflict, UAE is in conflict. Now in this constantly churning landscape, UAE wants some foothold. And the major player, another major player, Saudi Arabia, that is already having a lot of allies. So UAE is looking to find a foothold and their direction is towards India in this context. And why UAE is doing this? We are very clear with this. Let me give you a key term to explain this. So the traditional relationships that have existed, they are not working now. Be it traditional relationships, be it the traditional blocs, be it NATO, be it the alliances that had existed in the region, they are not working out. Everybody, every country is looking for a flexible partnership which is issue based, so that we have parallel and simultaneous partnerships going on which are not just around the traditional relationship that have riven. And that is why UAE is also looking for a flexible partnership, so that they can go away from the traditional and rigid blocks that have been present. And amidst this, the fragmented regional order is also making it difficult for UAE. So UAE is looking outside. What did UAE found? UAE found India. But when we are talking about criteria, where did India top for UAE? Now let us try understand that what is the strategic advantage that India is giving here. India is giving multi-dimensional advantages which are important for us also to understand. First, let us try to understand in terms of India's global image and the perception that India has. India is known for its strategic autonomy. No matter how hard President Donald Trump tried in terms of tariffs, in terms of warnings and whatnot, India has held its ground, be it for Russian oil or be it for our Chabahar port in Iran. So we have known that we are not going to align with one particular party, we are going to know what is important for us and we are going to follow the strategic autonomy. India is also known for another hugely important factor, that we have never been interested in intervention. If you have a domestic matter, you handle it on your own. We do not want, we have our partnership in one place. We will be very diplomatic, we will be very fine in our ways, and we do not have any ideology that we want to put on you. For example, US is ideological, not in terms of faith, not in terms of religion, but they want to make America great again, so everybody should also want to make America great again. So what ideology as of now US is following, they want to put it on everybody else. This is not present with India. And India as of now is a predictable choice and also institutionally stable. That means politically, not just in terms of union government, state government, as a polity setup that we see in our country, that is stable. We are not going through any internal stability, we are not going through any external chaos that has been caused in our country. So this is in terms of perception, that is something that has been seen and established. At the same time, India also offers the fact that we are not interested in military ideology, we are not interested in sectarian politics, and also we have no interest in any regime-centric security doctrines. That means if US is part of NATO, that is US's choice. If UAE is part of some regional bloc, that is UAE choice. We don't want to intervene there. That means India is here to provide stability. That means for UAE, India becomes a very good choice because we are here as a partner, long-term partner. We'll give you stability. We will not intervene. We will not force anything on you. And we are least interested in any Arab rivalry that you have. If you need help, we can get into that arrangement, we can discuss that, but we are not going to intervene. We are giving you security reassurance, but we do not want any sort of geopolitical overreach. That means we do not want to decide how your foreign policy will work. So on broad map, India looks like, if this would have been brochure of a product as a geopolitical product, India is passing the test. But this is not all. As of now, in the given chaos that I was talking about, India has a lot more to offer, and that is why I am using the term strategic firewall for UAE. Now let us straight away move there, that why India seems like the obvious choice in this particular context when UAE is looking for a strategic wall, and why India fits in there. So the first thing that you need to understand in this context, as of now, if you will see that India is constantly engaged with, India is a strategic partnership with US. India also has a very stable relationship with Iran. So we have deep and strategic, on one side we have deep and strategic partnership with US, on the other hand we have full economic and diplomatic engagement with Iran. So for UAE, this is a USP. India is going to give dual credibility in the time where there is heavy polarization in West Asia. So in this context, if there is some sort of escalation, UAE can use India for de-escalation in both of the backyards. And UAE also has an access to any indirect communication that can take place without any political cost. Let me give you an example here. Iran might be attacked by US or not, but even adversaries of Iran, including Saudi, including UAE, all of them are lobbying to pursue US that please don't attack, otherwise this region would go into another form of instability that we cannot manage. Now this lobbying, how this would be done? So India can create a back channel for them. So this is the dual credibility that shines out as a USP. And this clearly shows the strategic autonomy that India has maintained over years. This has become a leverage. This is a diplomatic leverage that we are offering UAE in this context. Another reason that India is the strategic firewall, is the strategic wall here, is because another reason that India stands as a strategic wall for UAE is because of the growing proximity that we see between Saudi and Pakistan, which you can understand as Islamic NATO. I have covered this in great detail in another video. You can go watch it in the Flash News playlist. And Turkey is also getting close to join it. Now this new nexus that is being developing in Saudi and Pakistan, which is based on Article 5 of NATO, an attack on one will be considered an attack on other. That means Saudi is holding a huge, that means Saudi and Pakistan are embedded in one doctrine. So Pakistan cannot be seen as an independent partner. If anything happens to Saudi, Pakistan is dragged. Saudi already stands against UAE. What happening in Yemen is an example. So this clearly shows that Saudi and Pakistan are on one side. So Pakistan cannot be treated as an independent partner. And even if it could be treated as an independent partner, it is already in alliance with Saudi. So Pakistan loses credibility here. It is less autonomous, it is more rigid, and India becomes the neutral and the professional strategic partner for UAE, which does not have any sort of embedment and interest intervention, especially with other Arab players. Another huge factor here is Yemen and Somaliland. Let us try to understand them one by one. So first, when we are talking about Horn of Africa, so let's just say this is Somali. When we are talking about Horn of Africa, this is Somaliland, which has self-declared independence, and this has been recognized by whom? It has been recognized by Israel. Now the problem here is that UAE has a lot of investment here, and the sensitivity is heightened here, makes it problematic for US, makes it problematic for UAE. Now UAE again needs back channels. India, the leader of South-South cooperation, the India which has African diplomacy on its hand, it can use the soft power in favor of UAE. This is one context. The next one, when we have Arabian Peninsula, on the southwestern strip we have Yemen. Okay. Now when we are talking about Yemen, the main problem here is southern Yemen, especially where both of the countries, Saudi Arabia and UAE, have divergent interests. There have been some reports also where Saudi Arabia has struck UAE's ports and facilities. Now the rift here is further growing. Again, a stabilizer is required. India will become the stabilizer in the Arab fractures which are happening in the Arabian Peninsula amongst the West Asian players. India can be the stabilizer here because India also enjoys diplomatic engagement, economic engagement with Saudi Arabia, and India has also UAE. But at the same time, they have no intention of intervention, they have no interest in the rivalries, they can be the back channel, they can be the mediator, and this will give them prominence of the negotiator, of the diplomatic power across the globe. Now, these are the three reasons that we have discussed that why India becomes a strategic wall for UAE. There is more to it. Now, when I am talking about more to it, we also have to bring in the cooperation that India and UAE are looking towards each other, especially in terms of defense and nuclear cooperation. Why I am saying this? Because when we are talking about this meeting, it was about defense. A letter of intent has been signed for comprehensive engagement and strategic defense partnership. So, as of now, we are not focusing only on transactional cooperation that you do this for me, I'll do this for you. We are coming together in terms of institutional work as well. Furthermore, UAE has also decided to contribute to India's nuclear setup, where the focus will be on large reactors as well as small modular reactors. That means there is interest, there is trust in India's nuclear governance, and UAE wants to contribute. So, UAE is also trying to diversify. They just don't want their partners to be trade centric. They also want strategic and infrastructure centric partnerships that they have trust to build on, they have things to build with each other, and there is more reason. If UAE needs India, India would also want something to return, and that is what UAE is ready to provide in this context. So, when UAE wants to provide this, they will also get returns in terms of their investment. So, the investment return coming from all of this is also another reason that India is being looked forward to. And the last point that I would like to add in this whole picture that I started with was Gaza war. The Gaza peace plan is being led by US, we know that, but you have to understand the whole board of peace for Gaza is being pushed only by US. But in this board, who do we have? We have UAE, we have India, and then we have certain Western political figures. So, UAE, if they want this board to work in their favor, they need partners, and they have partner right in front of them. So, when their mandate is about stabilization, reconstruction, investment mobilization, India needs to be on the side of UAE, and India has been recognized as a responsible global stakeholder when India was included in this board, and it shows that India is not just a regional balancing power, India is not just a regional power, but India is important for the global systems and their stability as well. Now that we have established multiple points, it shows that at what an advantageous position India is lying, and that 3-hour meeting is about all of this that we have discussed, not just about trade, cooperation and defense. I hope you have a fair clarity on all what we have discussed. I will be leaving you with a prelims practice question. You can put down your answers in the comment section. That was all from my side. Thank you so much.